On the back page of the Chapter 12 study guide, I'm going to go ahead and do 15, 16, and 17. 17 and 18 are similar. 19, we did one or two on the front page, which are similar. So we'll go ahead and get right after number 15 here. In number 15, we are investing in some real estate. And remember, we need to find the net income. So we have to take the income and then we have to subtract any expenses. And so to find the income amount on this rental property, it looks like it's $800 per month times the amount you would get each month, which is 12. And then from that, we would subtract any expenses. The expenses, it says, we're looking here, 7,900 with all of those expenses. So 7,900. So if I take my 800 times 12, that's going to give me 9,600. I'm going to subtract from that the 7,900, and that's going to leave me with a net income of $1,700. All right, looking at 16. In number 16, bought a vacation condo, $325,000, $100,000 down payment, mortgage the rest. Her annual expenses were $26,720. Rented it for $2,350 per month. So that means the income here would be 2,350 times the number of months, which would be a total of $28,200 is the income. The expenses, it says here, are 26,720 a year. So if I subtract the 26,720, that leaves me with $1,480 in net income per year. But the question is, what is the yield? And remember, the yield is the amount of income per year divided by the original investment amount. So the income is $1,480, and the amount of the original investment was $100,000, which gives me 0.0148 or 1.48%. Rory had saved $1,500 a month for 35 years at 70. The fair market value of the IRA was 205, 690.90. Using the uniform lifetime table, what is the required minimum distribution? So remember, to find the required minimum distribution, you take the value of the account and divide it by the life expectancy factor from the table. In this case, the value of this account was $205,690.90. We divide that by the life expectancy factor. This person is 70 years old. So we look here and the life expectancy factor is 27.4. So we divide it by 27.4. When we do that, we are going to get $7,506.97 as the required minimum distribution. I'm going to go ahead and do 18 as well, since 18 is a little bit different than the one we just did. In 18, started contributing $3,000 a month until at the age of 25. Value is now $812,349.21. is now 75 years old. What would the penalty be if she failed to take the minimum distribution? Well, we first have to figure out what the minimum distribution amount would be. So we'll follow the same process we just did. It's the amount of the account, which is 812, 349.21. We divide that by the age factor. This is a 75-year-old, so it looks like that would be 22.9. We divide it by 22.9, and that gives me the minimum distribution amount is $35,473.76. So then the penalty, if you do not take the distribution, is 50% times the required minimum distribution. So that would be 0.5 times the required minimum distribution was 35,473.76. We multiply that, the penalty if we were not taking this distribution would be $17,736.88.